Okay, so this video I'm going to reconnect the red tunnels that you've seen in the other ones and on my two XG units, and then from there I'm going to do BGP, Border Gateway Protocol, across the tunnel and exchange routing information from each unit. This way you don't have to add static routes, right? You can have a dynamic routing environment. So the first thing I need to do is I need to get the tunnels back up. So my lab, I had re-IP'd it for other purposes, so the WAN addresses have changed, 10.211 on one side and 10.200.210 on the other side. So we'll go to the red interface of the client. That's this one that's running in VirtualBox. And then I'll change the address to 10.200.200.11, this unit over here, right? And then once we do that, there's a couple small checklists we have to go through to make sure that we can perform BGP across the link. So it looks like it's up. So if I come over here, refresh, it's up. Okay, great. So let's start on this unit right here. First thing we need to do is under Administration, and then under Admin Settings, is scroll down to, actually it's not under, it's under Access, sorry. It's below the access area. So it's the local ACL. So I added this one, routed protocols. You know, if you know the particular zone, I just put any, but if you're only doing it over your LAN zone or your VPN zone, then you could add a rule for that. But for the networks, if you want to, you could put the specific IP addresses of these peers. I just put any, and then service our dynamic routing. By the way, it defaults to drop, so you have to change it to accept. Okay, so we do that on both units. Then on the interface itself, under device access, we check the box device dynamic routing. So you have to do it in two places. Once that's done, we come down into routing, and then under BGP, right? So I had already started working on this, so let's just trash can some of this stuff, and I'll go through it again, show you how it all works. So router ID, usually make that router ID the IP address of the device. So in this case, it's 10.200.200.11, right? The local AS, that stands for Autonomous System. So you can use, there's reserved autonomous systems, just like there's reserved IP addresses, and there's an internal range that anybody can use. It's above 64,000, so you can do 64576, and that's 5. So any number will do, 64576. Yep, so I'm going to change that. Now, I'm going to add in my neighbor. That's who I'm going to be talking to. So that's neighbor IP address is 10.200.200.10. That's the other. And that one I'm also going to call him 64576. Right? Too many fives. Okay. And then networks I'm going to leave blank because I'm going to show you how to redistribute what's known redistribute connected routes. So let's go over to the other side, do the access list, make sure that my device access, administration, device access, that for my LAN zone, my dynamic routing protocols, gotta check that off. And then for local ACL, gotta add it in. Any service is going to be dynamic routing protocols except save. Must select a service. I thought I did that. All right. So now let's apply that one too, and let's jump into BGP. BGP. So my WAN IP 10.200.200.10. That's me, and 64576. Let's participate in the same autonomous system. You could have different numbers. You could have edge, systems with a different AS, and they'll act like an area border router. So, so now we're going to go ahead and put our neighbor in, which is now I put 10.200. You know what? I think I'm going to go with the actually with the red IP. I'm going to rechange my neighbor. So the red IP is this unit's 1018.2. So go back to go back over here, and IPv4 1018.2. Oh, I'll just do it 10.18.18.2 and 64576. Okay, and then go back over here under BGP, and I'm going to change its to .1 instead. I should have did that before. 10.18.18.1. So these are the IP addresses of either side of the red tunnel, right? All right. So now let me just show you the networking. So there's the physical interfaces. Right, there's my WAN, and here's my LAN. So if I look at, if I go back to routing and information and BGP, you can see that I'm in a sent and receive state. But if I look at the routes, there's actually no routes, right? So no traffic. So what I need to do is I need to go in the firmware, and I need to add a command to the system. So here, I'll go do that right now. PuTTY. Actually, I can just use the console instead. So on both units, you go to number 4, device console. Oh, my bad. Number 3, route configuration, unicast routing, and then number 3, BGP, right? And now I do, just like a Cisco router, enable config T route, and I'll do end show run. So my route, here's my BGP area. So what I have to do is I need to go in that area to redistribute connected. So config T router BGP 64576 redistribute connected end WR. So, and then I do the same on the other unit, but let's see what that does in my routing information. It might not do it on this. So there you go. So that's on one side. Now I need to do that on the other side, right? So that will redistribute all the connected interfaces. And I could actually apply a different cost metric and such to that redistribute statement. So you would do that command right there on each end of the BGP session. Okay. Well, thanks. I hope that helps you out getting dynamic routing working between the units.